Well, it can be a good opportunity for both teachers, EFL teachers, and students to learn some grammar in an intensive reading program. And we can design intensive reading program in such a way which helps students engage with the grammatical features given in a passage or in a text. So let's have a look how well we can frame intensive reading program which is focused on enhancing the grammatical competence of the students. Well, as you all might be aware of this thing that learners come with some predisposition or they have some expectations attached to our reading program. So one of their expectations is to develop their grammatical competence. So focusing on the grammatical features in a passage in an intensive reading program not only satisfies the expectations of the students, but also, keep them motivated. So the whole notion in an intensive reading program while teaching grammar is to teach grammar in its context. Like in the previous module, as I pointed out, that we should not teach the vocabulary in its decontextualized in a decontextualized way, because when we decontextualize the thing, when we teach vocabulary or grammar in isolation without any context, that makes less meaningful significance to the learners, right? So there are various activities by which we can enhance the grammatical competence, especially in an intensive reading program. Just bear in mind we are specifically focusing on intensive, not extensive, intensive reading program. Well, one of the strategies is to include high frequency grammar items, which you can Google out. There are like nearly 2,000 high frequency grammatical items online, which should be given sustained attention in an intensive reading program. So we can frame those items in a simpler and shorter way, so they appear less complicated to the students. And the low frequency grammatical items can best be ignored or can best be dealt with separately or at later stages in the classroom, right? For example, if we want to teach parts of speech, and that's what most of our teachers are worried about. Most of our students, especially in the Pakistani context, are worried about how to teach parts of speech at the beginning level or at the intermediate level. Well, the most practice and the practice through which I was taught is just to that the parts of speech were taught for the sake of parts of speech. I mean, they were not like, we were just given the rules of the grammar, not how to see those rules in a particular context. So the whole point which I want to drive to you is just to teach the parts of speech in a particular context, so they become a source of meaningful input for the students. So there are various activities. One of the activities is just to put the students into pairs and groups and ask them to choose words from a given passage. And when the learners find words from the given passage, we can ask them whether it's a noun or it's a verb or it's an adjective or adverb. So when they see nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs in their contextualized use, the research, SL research, second language research, suggests they might make more impressionistic influence on students. So when they see the grammar used in a particular context, they see its various uses which they may not see when they are taught through prescriptive manner, where they are given rules of the grammar or the parts of the speech. And teaching them the grammar or the parts of speech, that's just an example in a short time here in this module, is that helps promote the element of guessing from the context. Sometimes they come across, when the students come across some unseen or unknown grammatical features, they might guess what it means, what it may not mean.